So you're like, hey, why do some spiders glow in the dark? And I'm like, oh, that's not a thing. That's a thing. That's a thing that's like, kind of a thing. But wait, not all spiders glow, only the ones that live in the dark, like the ones that think I don't need eyes, I need glow sticks. So how do these glowing spiders find their way around? Do they use the glow like a flashlight? Or are they just trying to look like a glow stick in the dark? Maybe they use the glow to find other spiders, or maybe they just glow because they're trying to scare away the thing that eats them, like a spider-sized firefly. Either way, it's wild how a spider can glow like a Christmas light and still be the scariest thing in the dark. Who knows? So what exactly are we talking about? It's not like they're glowing like a disco ball in the dark. No, these spiders are like the sleepy-eyed guys at a midnight movie who still somehow find their way home. They don't light up like a lantern. They're more like the guy who forgets to turn off the lights but somehow still knows where the door is. It's not magic, it's biology with a side of mystery. This glow is super faint, like a candle in a thunderstorm. But for a spider, that's enough to know where the floor is and where the ceiling is. It's like the spider's own personal nightlight. The glow doesn't help them see things, but it helps them avoid getting eaten. Like a tiny glowing sign that says, I'm not food, I'm a spider. But honestly, most spiders are still food. So we're talking about spiders that use their own glow to navigate, not light up the whole room. It's like a flashlight that only works when you're already in the dark. Sounds weird, but it's how they do it. You think spiders are just creepy? Well, imagine being a spider that can see in the dark. You're basically a tiny, eight-legged person trying to find your way home in a pitch-black cave. You're not just a spider, you're a survivalist in a horror movie. Now imagine you're not just a spider, you're a spider that also happens to glow in the dark. Like a tiny glowing jellyfish that got stuck in a spider web. You're not just surviving, you're practically putting on a light show while trying to avoid getting eaten. This isn't just some weird spider trivia. Think about all the things that rely on glowing things to navigate. Fireflies, bioluminescent fish, even your phone flashlight. If spiders can do it, maybe we can too. Maybe we're all just glowing in the dark, trying to find our way. And hey, if spiders can navigate in the dark, maybe we can too. Maybe we just need to trust our instincts, like spiders do. Or maybe we should just start using glow sticks. Either way, you're not just a human, you're a glowing human in a dark world. So yeah, maybe you should secretly care about glowing spiders. Because if they can find their way in the dark, maybe we can too. Or maybe we should just start wearing glow-in-the-dark pajamas. Either way, it's a weird, cool thing to think about. Okay, so glow-in-the-dark spiders are basically the spider version of a glow stick. They didn't evolve to glow. They just got hit by a radioactive spider and now they're like, I'm going to glow in the dark, even if it's not helpful. Back in the day, these spiders were just regular spiders. They had to use their legs to feel the ground, like a blind person using a cane. But then they got hit by a radioactive spider and now they're like, I'm going to glow in the dark, even if it's not helpful. Scientists think the glowing might actually help them find their way in the dark. It's like a spider version of a lantern, but also kind of a bad lantern. You can't really see much with it, but it's better than nothing. But here's the catch. Glow-in-the-dark spiders don't actually glow all the time. They only glow when they're exposed to light. So they're like, I'm going to glow in the dark, but only if I've been in the sun first. So, in short, glow-in-the-dark spiders are like the spider version of a nightlight. They're trying their best to navigate, but they're also kind of clueless. It's like being a glow stick in a dark room, except you're also a spider. So imagine you're a spider, but your light bulb just died. You can't see, but you still have to find your way around. You're like a kid in a dark room, trying to find the snacks without a flashlight. But here's the twist. You're not totally in the dark. You've got this special glowy stuff in your body, like a tiny flashlight inside your spider body. It's not super bright, but it helps you find your way. It's not like you're actually glowing super bright though. It's more like you're wearing a nightlight costume. You're just barely visible, but enough to not fall off the wall or get eaten by a bigger spider. So you're kind of like a glowing bat, but without the echolocation. You're just using that tiny light to guide your little spider legs around. Like a kid using a tiny flashlight to find a way out of a closet. In the end, you're just a spider with a glowy body, trying to survive in the dark. It's not fancy, but it works. Kinda like me trying to find my keys in the dark with just my phone light. Not great, but it's how we do it. Okay, so these spiders are like the glow-in-the-dark version of a firefly, but instead of flashing, they just kind of glow a little bit. It's like if your phone flashlight forgot to turn off and left a faint light trail behind. Now, they don't have any special eyes or anything. They're basically blind in the dark, so they have to rely on their glow to see the world around them. It's like if you were in a pitch-black room and suddenly your whole body started glowing. You'd be like, oh, I can see now. But wait, how do they even know where to glow? Is it like a built-in flashlight that they can turn on and off? No, it's more like a natural glow that they just have. It's not something they control, it's just part of them, like a glow stick in a party, but cooler. So, the first step in their navigation is basically, they glow. They emit light, and that light helps them find their way. It's like the spider version of using a flashlight to find your keys in the dark. Except the keys are also glowing, and the best part? They don't even need to think about it. It's automatic, like blinking or breathing. They just glow, and that's how they find their way around. No GPS, no phone, just a little light and a whole lot of spider wisdom. Okay, so the spider has these glowing bits, but how does it actually use them? Well, think of it like a flashlight with a broken bolt sort of. The glow isn't super bright, but it's enough to light up the dark like a tiny lantern. The glow helps the spider see things in the dark, kind of like how you might use a nightlight to find your shoes. It's not super detailed, but it's enough to tell where things are. But here's the twist. The glow isn't just for seeing. It also helps the spider communicate with other spiders. Imagine if your flashlight also sent secret messages to your friends. That's kind of what's happening here. And to make it even weirder, the glow is actually kind of like a tiny solar panel. The spider can absorb light during the day and then glow at night. It's like storing sunlight in your body like a glow stick. So, in short, the glow helps the spider see, communicate, and even store energy. It's like having a little light-up backpack with a flashlight, a walkie-talkie, and a solar charger all in one. Cool, right? So, here's the twist: these spiders aren't just glowing, they're also kinda like a glow-in-the-dark compass. They use their own light to see the dark better. It's like having a flashlight on your head, but cooler. They can actually see their own glow, which helps them find their way around. It's like when you're in the dark and you turn on your phone light, but instead of a phone, it's a spider with a glow up. But wait, they don't just glow to see, they also use it to find mates or avoid predators. It's like a neon sign that says, I'm here, but I'm also a little spooky. And the best part? They don't need any extra gear. Just a little glow, a little light, and a whole lot of spider wisdom. Like, I can see in the dark because I'm glow in the dark. So, next time you see a glowy spider, you can say, hey, you're not just spooky, you're also a tiny light bulb on legs. Cool. So, here's the thing: spiders don't actually glow. They just look like they do. It's like when you put a light on a glow stick and it looks like it's glowing from inside, but it's just reflecting light. They're like the spider version of a disco ball. But wait, some of them do actually glow. Like, really glow. It's not just a trick of the light. They have these special proteins in their bodies that absorb light and then slowly release it. It's like they're carrying tiny flashlights in their guts. And the cool part? They can glow in the dark for up to a whole day. That's longer than most humans can stay awake without caffeine. So they're basically the overnight shift workers of the spider world. But how do they know where to go when it's dark? Well, they use the light they've absorbed from the sun or moon to navigate. It's like a spider with a built-in compass and a glow stick. They're basically bioluminescent GPS. Quick word from our sponsor. If this sounds like something you enjoy, take a look at the Amazon Echo Dot 5 smart speaker. There's a link and a QR code on screen right now, and in the description below. Alright, back to it. So in the end, glow-in-the-dark spiders are just using the light they've stored up like a tiny lantern. They're not magical, they're not superpowers, they're just really good at light management. And that's pretty cool, if you ask me. So imagine you're a glow-in-the-dark spider and you're like, I'm not scared of the dark, I've gotta light up my rear end. You're not actually glowing, you're just using bioluminescence like a built-in flashlight to light up your path. So you're basically like, I'm going to light up the dark, but I can't see where I'm going, so I'll just hope my glow helps me find the way. It's kind of like trying to find your way home in the dark by lighting a match and then trying to find the match on the floor. So yeah, glow-in-the-dark spiders are really using their glow as a map. They're just using it as a lantern to light up the way, even if they can't see it. So here's the thing, you think spiders are just sitting there glowing like a disco ball, but no, they're actually using their glow like a flashlight. It's not like they're walking around with a tiny lantern on their head. They're basically using their own bioluminescence to light up the dark, like a spider version of a nightlight. It's like if a glow stick had legs and a web. But here's the kicker, they don't just glow to see. They glow to communicate, or maybe to scare off predators. It's like a spider version of a neon sign saying, I'm not a regular spider. So even though it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, this glow stuff is real. It's just not what you'd expect. It's like a spider with a flashlight and a sign, but also a secret agent. So next time you see a glowing spider, don't just think it's a Halloween decoration. It's probably doing something way cooler than you imagined, and maybe a little more terrifying. Okay, so the first myth is that glow-in-the-dark spiders use their glow to navigate. Oh wait, do spiders even need to navigate? They're just hanging out in the dark, right? Nope, They don't need to navigate. They're not trying to get somewhere, they're just trying to not get eaten. Glow is more like a don't eat me sign, not a GPS. So why do they glow? Probably to scare off predators, not to find their way. Imagine if your glow was just for directions. You'd be lost in a dark room. But wait, what if they're using the glow to find each other? Like a spider version of a flashlight in the dark. Maybe they're just being extra spooky. In the end, the glow is more about survival than navigation. So the myth is busted, but the spiders glow. That's a whole other story. Okay, so the myth is that glow-in-the-dark spiders use their glow to navigate. But here's the thing, most spiders don't glow at all. Only a few species have this glowy thing, and even then, they don't use it for navigation. They're not like little lanterns trying to find their way home. Think of it like a firefly trying to find its way to a party. The firefly might flash to signal, but it doesn't use the light to actually navigate. Same with these spiders. They might use the glow for mating or warning predators, not for finding their way around. So if they don't glow, how do they navigate? Well, most spiders are actually really good at sensing vibrations and air currents. They can feel the slightest breeze and use that to adjust their web placement or move around. No glow needed. And some spiders are actually blind. Yeah, you read that right. They don't have eyes, so they rely on other senses entirely. They use the vibrations from their own web to detect prey, like a spider version of echolocation. So, the myth is busted. Glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't using their glow to navigate. They're just using it for other stuff. And the rest of the spiders? They're using their own secret superpowers. No glow required. So you think you're safe, right? No glowing spiders in your house. But guess what? You're probably staring at one right now. Maybe on your ceiling, maybe in your fridge. Or maybe it's just your imagination. But hey, it's a fun game. Seriously, though, these spiders are everywhere. You just don't see them because they're good at hiding. Like that time you thought your ceiling was just dusty, but it was actually a spider with the glue stick. Or maybe it's just your brain trying to make sense of the dark. But here's the kicker. Even if you don't see them, they're still out there. Like that time you thought you saw a light in your wall, but it was just a spider trying to find its way home. Or maybe it's just your brain being dramatic. Either way, it's a spooky little adventure. So next time you're in the dark, remember, there might be a glowing spider watching you. Or maybe it's just your phone flashlight. Either way, it's a cool fact. And if you don't believe me, just look around. You might be surprised what's hiding in plain sight. So, to wrap up, glow-in-the-dark spiders are everywhere. You just have to be looking. And if you're not, well, that's probably just your brain being extra. But hey, it's a fun little mystery. And maybe, just maybe, you'll spot one tonight. Or maybe you'll just keep thinking you see one, and then it'll be gone. Either way, it's a good story. So I found a spider in my bathroom, glowing like a disco ball, and I was like, cool, I can now navigate in the dark. But then I realized, I can't even find the toilet in the dark. Turns out, even glowing spiders need a little help. I tried to follow it, but it just kept running into the shower curtain like a confused raccoon in a costume. I tried using my phone light, but it just made the spider look like a disco ball in a lava lamp. Not helpful. I was like, I need a better plan. Then I remembered, spiders use webs and vibrations. So I tried to follow the web, but it was just a bunch of sticky strings in the dark. I felt like a blindfolded toddler with a lollipop. In the end, I just gave up and called my mom. She said, just follow the glow. It's like a glow stick in a cave. I didn't get it, but I followed the spider and found the toilet. Maybe it's a thing. So, there's this spider that's basically a glow-in-the-dark disco ball, and it's like, I'm the king of the night, baby. It can see in the dark so well. It's like having a built-in flashlight and a night vision camera rolled into one. This spider doesn't just glow, it's like a tiny lantern, and it's using that light to light up the dark like a human with a flashlight in a cave. Scientists are like, wow, this spider's got more light in its web than a disco ball in a haunted house. So basically, this spider is the ultimate glow-up. And it's like, I'm not just surviving the dark, I'm lighting it up. Okay, so imagine a spider trying to find its way home in the dark, but then poof, its glow goes out. Like a flashlight battery dying in the middle of a cave. Total blackout. No glow, no guide, just spider panic. Now, imagine the spider is also a bit of a klutz. It tries to crawl back, but slips on a drop of water or gets tangled in its own silk. It's like trying to walk through a spider web made of spaghetti. And to make it worse, other spiders are out there, glowing and happy, while this one is stuck in the dark, like a party crasher who forgot the invite. So, even though they have this cool glow, it's not a magic wand. If the glow dies, they're back to square one, no light, no map, just spider survival mode. So yeah, glowing is helpful, but it's not a guarantee of success. Spiders have to be both smart and lucky, or maybe just really good at crawling in the dark. So you're like, hey, these spiders glow in the dark, so they must be super fancy, right? But then you realize they're also super tiny, and they don't even have eyes. So how do they not get lost in the dark? It's like trying to find your way through a dark forest with a tiny flashlight and no map. But here's the catch, glow in the dark isn't their main superpower. It's more like a party trick. They glow, sure, but they still need to navigate. And if you think glowing makes you a ninja, you're wrong. You're still a clumsy kid with a glow stick trying to walk a tightrope. And don't forget, they live in places that are already dark. So they've evolved to not need light at all. It's like having a phone that works in the dark, but also has a built-in flashlight. But they just prefer to use the flashlight when it's super dark. So yeah, glow in the dark is cool, but it's not the whole story. It's like a cool shirt you wear to a party, but you still need to know how to dance. And sometimes, you just end up using your feet to feel the floor. So the real question is, why do they even glow? Maybe it's just to scare off the bugs that try to eat them, like a tiny, glowing warning sign that says, do not disturb, I'm not a snack. So, how did humans even figure out these spiders glow? Well, it's like when you're at a party and someone says, I saw a glow-in-the-dark spider, and you're like, wait, is that even real? Quick word from our sponsor. If this sounds like something you'd enjoy, take a look at the Stanley Quencher 40Oz Tumblr. There's a link and a QR code on screen right now, and in the description below. Alright, back to it. Turns out, scientists were like, maybe these spiders are like little nightlights. And then they started taking pictures in the dark with cameras that can see infrared or ultra-sensitive stuff. They even did some cool experiments where they put spiders in the dark and then shine a light on them. And guess what? The spiders would light up like a disco ball, but in the dark. It's like they're wearing a tiny nightlight costume, but only when the lights go out. Who knew spiders had fashion sense? And then they realized, oh, these spiders are actually using their own body light to see better at night. Like a built-in flashlight, but also, they're kinda weird and glow like a disco ball. So next time you see a glowing spider, remember, it's not just a spooky Halloween decoration, it's a little light show in the dark with a side of mystery. Before you go, if you enjoyed this, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And tell us in the comments what you'd like us to make next. We read every single one. Thank you so much for watching.